Hello. We just had Thanksgiving the other day, so this is my decorations up over here. And I made little hand turkeys on my whiteboard. It was cute. My guests appreciated it. So today's video, we're reviewing place value. You guys are really good about reading numbers that are to the left of the decimal place, like the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000s, the 100,000s, and so on. We need to review the place value to the right of the decimal place. So the biggest notice that you'll see between these two sides are the ends of the letters of the numbers. So like hundreds has a D, thousands has a D, thousands has a D, thousands has a D. But over here, we have THS at the end of all of our numbers. So first we have tenths, tenths. So that's one number after the decimal place. That'd be like 0.1. That would be 1/10 because it's one number after the decimal. Then we have hundredths, THS. That's two numbers after the decimal place, so like 0.01. Thousandths, THS again, 0.001. 10,000ths, 0.0001. 100,000ths, 0.00001. And then this side would just keep going, just like the left side keeps going with those place values. Be very careful. With tenths, there is one number after the decimal. Hundredths, two numbers after the decimal. Thousandths, three numbers after the decimal. Thousandths has four numbers after the decimal. 100,000ths has five numbers after the decimal. Very important that we're reading those place values carefully because it gets tricky the more numbers we have. We're also going to be seeing these numbers in fractional form. And that's really going to help us when we're going back and forth between different fractions, decimals, and percents. So tenths, that's the decimal form. If I wanted to see it as a fraction, it'd be 1/10, 1/10. 100th would be 1/100. 1,000th would be 1/1,000, and so on and so forth. 1/10,000, 1/100,000. And that cycle could just keep on going. And just to review any number, these numbers, they're normal. But if I want to turn them into a fraction, what number could I put them over top of? 1. To turn any number into a fraction, you put it over 1. So 1 as a fraction would be 1/1. 10 as a fraction would be 10/1. 100 would be 100/1. 1,000 would be 1,000/1. 10,000/1. 100,000/1. Putting a number over 1 makes it a fraction. But if it's a decimal, if it's a part of a whole, then you can make fractions that way too using place value. And we'll talk more about that. We're also going to be seeing visual representations of each of these types of numbers. So when we're going through and we're looking to see what number is this, most of the time you're going to be seeing a flat square as our whole, as our 1. Our tenths are going to be these sticks. Each one of these sticks represents 1/10. And you'll see here there's 10 tenths that make up one whole. 10 of these rods would equal 1. And you see in this 1 and in these tenths, they each have smaller boxes. And each of those smaller boxes is 100th. So I would need 10 100ths to make 1/10. I would need 100 100ths to make one whole. And the thousands, we don't typically see visual representations of these, but if you did see it, this whole square, this whole cube would be 1. So the value would change a little bit for this. But just this one piece out of that whole cube would be 1/1000th. That's a lot. That's a lot. If you have any questions on this, please let us know. Otherwise, we're hopeful that this review is a good help for you. Good luck, and go ahead and go on to the next video.